Well, only 1 month into 2014, we've already seen more ups and downs in the investment markets than all of 2013. Economic indicators have been mixed this year, and Washington is just getting cranked up. Some say this is the tip of the iceberg, while others say it's just another blip along the way. Now, according to Joe Krier, president of Krier Wealth Management, the Fed and its new leader, Janet Yellen, are the biggest factors in play right now. So let's start with comparing the market economy of January 2013 and January 2014.
Yeah, there's almost no comparison. You know, we stumbled into the end of 2012 with something called fiscal cliff worries. If you recall, that was the big buzzword. And lo and behold, January kicked off a real nice year that just kind of carried all through 2013. On the other hand, the end of 2013, we almost had irrational exuberance. Everybody was happy, everything was going great. And lo and behold, we've now had the worst 4 weeks that we've seen in a couple of years.
And when you look at why it's so chaotic, you don't just look at what's happening here domestically, but globally it's been rocky too.
Yeah, this is a pretty big story that's kind of emerging for this year. China and South America are seeing some slowdown, and no doubt are we selling a lot of products over there, so it's going to impact us, and we're still kind of limping along, trying to get beyond our slow economy here. And we're just not sure if things like the weather in January are going to, help out or hurt. Of course, they're going to hurt in this case. And, we're just not sure where this is going to take us in the next few weeks.
And the third thing on there was the Fed tapering its stimulus program. We don't know what impact that's going to have.
Yeah, it's, you and I talked about this in January and again back in December, just saying, hey, this is a transition period. That program was designed to cook the economy a little bit, get it started, get it cranking, and its effects were sort of diminished over time. So they're saying, okay, we're going to stop doing this. And now the big fear is, well, maybe the stimulus was just keeping things going barely enough. And with them out of the picture, the fear is that things are going to start to go into a nosedive again. We're in that transition period, and we just don't know because there's never been a program like this before.
Now, you talked about the weather and it's slowing the economy. When you look at the forecasts right now, we've got some job numbers that are coming out on Friday out of Washington. Do you think it may skew those numbers?
I really do. And there's a couple of factors that are coming up here. Tomorrow we do have another debt ceiling, but the jobs numbers are really the biggest factor. And when you have a market that's this volatile and the U.S. looking for some kind of optimism on the U.S. economy, a strong jobs number would certainly help out. When you have weather like we've had in January, and I say we, but we're not in the Midwest or the Northeast, it's been pretty rough to even get out and go to work. So we think that number is going to come in quite a bit different than it would had there been good weather. The good news with that is that when you have a slump like this, usually the next month there's a recovery in that. So the unemployment rate at 6.7, if it pops up to 6.8 or 6.9, I don't think Wall Street's going to sweat that too much. But we do need to see the Midwest and the Northeast kind of getting cranked up again.
That still begs the question, are we on the precipice of another big drop or correction or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, nobody really knows. If anybody had that crystal ball, we wouldn't be here. We'd be sitting on a beach somewhere and, sunny shores. But every 5 or 10% correction we see, people ask that question, and we see 2 or 3 of those every year. Of course, the big 40% corrections started with a 5 or a 10%, but typically there's some fundamental shift going on in the economy or the world when that occurs. Right now, we don't really see that. We just see people kind of questioning whether things are growing as fast as they want them to do. So we've got things slumbering along, and that's really okay. There's an adjustment period going on, and that's to be expected.
Joe Krier, Krier Wealth Management. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. It is 7:21. Jen.